And as you can see, our burger's completely done and it looks good enough to eat.
Burgers, one of the most delicious foods in the world. Everyone has their own unique way of making these tasty little treats. And today we're going to find out how Paul makes them. In his video simply titled Barbecue Burgers, he's going to give us instructions on how to make the perfect burger. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Interesting.
Video I showed you how to make a barbecue using no money. This time I thought, why not make your own burgers? There's no better than making your own burgers at a barbecue. So let's give it a go.
So the video's off to a strong start. Got the horror film aesthetic going on and random rectangles for some reason. Is that the wallpaper? Or what are those things? Why do they exist? I'm sure will be a mystery that we'll never find the answer to.
Okay, now I'm going to make turkey burgers. First thing you need is a pack of this stuff. It's beef and pork mince.
So first things first, when in my mind I think of a barbecue, this is not what I see. This is some bricks with some charcoal in it and a glass bowl. This is a barbecue for a caveman.
Yeah, you can probably get a few burgers out of that. Need is first of all to scrunch it up like that.
What was the spoon for? Seemed like an unnecessary jab with the spoon there. Just needed to break it up with the spoon, then get the hand stuck in. Crack the shell of the mincemeat.
Get it nice and scrunched like that. And you really need to work this in.
So I've seen a few of Paul's videos now, so I know that even when it's something as simple as a burger, it's not going to come out quite the way you think it is.
Half a teaspoon of olive oil, or half a tablespoon of olive oil, or 1 tablespoon to 500 grams of turkey mince.
So he keeps talking about turkey burgers, but he's making it with beef and pork mince, and he can't seem to get the measurements of the olive oil correct. Why we're adding olive oil to burgers? Who knows? And the main question in my mind is, why are we mixing it all in the barbecue? Not the traditional move, not the common wisdom to mix things inside barbecues, if we can call this a barbecue, which we can't.
And you just mix that nicely in. So you get a nice stiff consistency. So you can mould your burger. If it's not quite stiff enough, then just add a bit more.
I'm not sure the oil makes things stiff. And also, all those measurements that he was giving us earlier, straight out the window. Also, stiff burgers. The word stiff has never really entered my mind when I think of burgers. Doesn't seem like a desirable trait. Words like juicy, crispy, flavourful, these things spring to mind. Stiff, not so much.
Let's go gentle on that. There's no hard and fast rule to how much of this stuff you actually add. You just want a nice pliable consistency so you can mould your burger.
That's not the sound that I want my food to make. If that's what a stiff burger sounds like, I think I'd rather have a flaccid burger. A limp, droopy little burger. As long as I don't need to hear that sound anymore.
Just take the skin off it. Bit of an health and safety tip here. When you've finished peeling onions, you need to thoroughly wash your hands, because if you wipe your eyes after you've finished peeling onions, then it really stings.
I love how he's giving us health and safety tips while nearly stabbing himself in the hand multiple times just trying to get the skin off of an onion, and chopping the onion on a plate that's precariously positioned on a barbecue, and the barbecue is just some bricks with a hole in the middle.
Once you've got out the skin off your onion and topped and tailed it, after you've topped and tailed it, then you need to split it.
You know, remember the health and safety tips. Surprised he even knows the word health and safety. Also like how his version of health and safety is to wash your hands so that you don't hurt your eyes from onion juice. And then he just nearly chops off his finger trying to cut an onion up.
I should be doing this in the kitchen really. Never mind. So just part your onion to peel it.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone have so much trouble cutting an onion. He's finding it so difficult that he's stopped trying to cut it and now he's just ripping it. Just tearing the onion to pieces with his bare hands.
You don't want a lot of onion for this, you don't want an entire onion. Just enough to lightly garnish it. I think that should do it.
I really struggle to see how someone looks at that onion and says that'll do. How is that going to be incorporated into any type of burger situation? You're just going to have a big ripped up chunk of onion on top of it? Or is it going inside the burger? Either way, it's going to be pretty bad, isn't it?
Then just sprinkle your onion on your mince.
So it's going inside the burger, I see. Just big, massive chunks of onion inside the burger. It's a bold move. Guess we'll see how it works out for him.
Make sure you get small pieces, you don't want them too big. Then mix it in, stir it in.
Like that the onions are just so big that they don't even mix into the meat. They refuse to be absorbed.
You want to add a bit of seasoning. Just some pork seasoning here. Throw a bit of pork seasoning in. About half a teaspoon of that in. Mix it well in. That smells really nice, does this? Should come out really well. I think them onion pieces are so big.
Do you think, Paul? Do you think they're too big? Do you think that piece of onion right there is too big for a burger? What gave you that idea?
When you want to transfer a lot to a plate,
So that was just part of the video, just cuts out. But we seem to be back on track now, and thankfully we can finish off learning how to make these lovely burgers.
Transfer it all up to a plate and you can start moulding your burger. I haven't used all the mince that I got, but because this is basically just one serving, but your 500 gram pack of mince should do about 3 or 4 burgers, so it's pretty good value for money. And unlike your traditional supermarket burger, which is flat, you can have this whatever shape you want or however big you want.
I feel like he's making some pottery here. I feel like a ghost is going to appear behind him at some point, start guiding his hands as romantic music plays. Then when I snap out of that fantasy, I'm confronted with this abomination of a burger with ripped up chunks of onion in it, pork seasoning, and a whole lot of love. If by love we mean I want to rip my eyes out.
To kick a barbecue off to get it lit, it's not an easy task, but you can make short work of it if you use smokeless fuel. And on my last demonstration I used petrol, which is not a good idea. Yeah, I think it needs a bit of a booster to get it started. An alternative to using petrol, a bit of a safer alternative, is to use a bit of deodorant. Wait till the mist's gone, and we'll try and flame it up from that. Give it a couple of seconds. Oh.
So he tries to light the barbecue with a lighter directly onto charcoal. When that doesn't work, he gets deodorant, sprays it on there, sets fire to it, nearly takes his eyebrows off, and all we're left with is that tiny little flame. A tiny little flame to cook our big massive burger.
Very effective. That one would say too effective.
So the video cuts out there. I'm really intrigued about how we got the fire started. Even though it doesn't really look like it's even going, does it, to be honest? Looks like he's just got 2 lumps of charcoal on fire. And instead of catching them all on fire and then cooking the burger over the smouldering remains, he's just put that bloody burger on there while 2 pieces of charcoal are on fire. And let's just take a moment to appreciate the look of that burger. There is 0 chance that's going to be cooked properly. There is 0 chance that's going to fit inside a bun.
Well, it's been about 25 minutes, and as you can see, our burger's completely done and it looks good enough to eat.
Oh, right, that's the done version, okay. Looks good enough to eat, apparently. There's a few things there with that, I think. Firstly, I'm certain that that's not cooked in the middle. I would be willing to bet everything that I have that that is not cooked in the middle. It seems impossible that that could be cooked in the middle. And secondly, good enough to eat. That's a bold claim. That literally looks like excrement. It looks like somebody has eaten chunks of onion, been unable to digest them, and then pooed them out.
It's been a fantastic barbecue, and it's embers of it are just dying down.
And that's the end of the video. We never get to see it in a bun, or if he added cheese, or if it was cooked in the middle. I'm guessing it wasn't. Paul's a simple man. He gives you the instructions, shows you how to do it, and that's it. You don't need to know any more than that. So what have we learned today? If you can't light your charcoal with a lighter, use deodorant. If you want to make turkey burgers, use pork and beef. If you can't chop an onion, just rip it with your hands. And that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.